Hi guys, I just want a quick disclaimer. Everything in this video is for entertainment purposes only. Nothing should be taken as fact and is completely alleged. One of the most popular conspiracy theories that exists is that lizard people are among the top elite and that they walk among us even as regular people. This theory was made popular by David Icke. It wasn't actually taken seriously for a long time, and then we found out that we have what is called a reptilian brain. It's called a reptilian brain because it is quite literally a reptile brain, and it is the oldest brain that we have. It controls our most basic needs. Oddly enough, it also is what makes us skeptical of hearing about lizard people in the first place. There have been lots of people who claim to have found images of reptilians and have shown videos they've captured of what allegedly is people shapeshifting, despite whatever you believe. These images do look quite odd. You might be wondering what this has to do with Rupaul's Drag Race. Well, for 5 years, I've noticed that her tongue in the beginning, and I say her because this is Rupaul in drag, in the beginning intro, they zoom into her face and there is these weird lines in her tongue. Before I continue, I want to say I don't, and I'm not telling you to believe Rupaul is a lizard, and I don't believe she's a lizard. What I am saying, this image is incredibly CGI'd, and I am sharing it because it's like, what the heck am I seeing right now? I never noticed this until a few years ago, just like the All-Stars Mandela effect thing I noticed. I'm not here to say reptilians exist or don't exist. Like I said, I have not looked into that very much. So you be the judge, you think for yourself and look into it. Now I want to talk about something that is a personal Mandela effect I have with also Rupaul's Drag Race. A Mandela effect is when you remember things differently than what they are. Some people believe this happened because the world ended December 21st, 2012. Well, I didn't watch the show in years, and then I started watching All Stars 2, which was on VH1, while the other show was on Logo. I went to watch the other show, and it said Season 4, 2012. The problem with that is that I remember watching up to Season 5, whole seasons at a time, in 2010. I asked my mother, do you remember RuPaul's Drag Race? Do you remember Latrice, Alaska? People who were after 2012. In case you don't watch the show, those are people that no one could forget and no one can confuse with other people on that show. Of course, my mother does remember watching the show, and she does remember the people I bring up. I even show her that On Demand says Season 4, 2012 at the time. When I brought up to my mother what a Mandela effect was and that the dates on RuPaul's Drag Race were different than when you remember, she said everyone was stupid. So while I had been a little bit validated that somebody else remembered what I was talking about, I was kind of also gaslighted because no one was going to listen to me about a Mandela effect. I looked up if there was a Mandela effect for RuPaul's Drag Race. One person, a young man, I believe, he said he remembers RuPaul's Drag Race being on VH1 and not Logo back in the day. And although that's not what I recall, I think it's interesting they said something, and I have a Mandela effect as well. Although we both have Mandela effects with RuPaul's Drag Race, they are different. And neither of us can seem to find anything about it. To be honest, if it wasn't for my mother saying she remembers this show at the same time, I would just assume I wasn't thinking straight and dismiss it. So that's my Mandela effect with RuPaul's Drag Race and the lizard tongue I noticed, which I'm not saying she's a lizard again, I just noticed it. That's up for you to decide. What I can tell you is she is in an elite circle, her cousin is a politician, her show has grown enormously. And what about these Mandela effects? Can anyone say if they've watched Season 5 before 2010? Or can you at least say that you did see Season 4 before 2012? Anyways, go check it out for yourself. Go to the 16-second mark in the opening of RuPaul's Drag Race. Thank you for watching. Really quick, I just wanted to give a big thanks to everybody for watching this the whole way through, and especially to people who've been on this channel before. I don't have very much content, and it means a lot to me, especially people who have subscribed. I really thank you so much. I promise you I will do my best to give you correct, good information that is objective. Also, I did buy a Chromebook, so my content will be better. And lastly, I want to apologize. I have not read any comments because of the Summer Wells case being so toxic. I also want to apologize if I came across ignorant while communicating. I am ignorant when I communicate with people because I don't do it very often. I only ask that you please hear me out, be kind, and please do not use prejudice when you are talking about others. At least not the type that is very outdated. So with that, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a blessed day. Thank you.